to me say.
Is that the music you picked?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Monica, we were dancing to this earlier.
Good morning.
I
It's
know. Good
Wednesday.
morning. Well, it's afternoon for me, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. West Coast morning for us. Still trying to wake up here.
I know. I know. Awesome. Awesome. Well, good morning if you are on PST time, and good afternoon if you're Central and Eastern. So today we're here for the SOS Roundtable, you guys. Thank you so much. Chris, Brad, and Dan are dealing with site stuff. They'll be on shortly, but we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to still discuss today as we had talked about the session topics. We're really excited about this. We're already going to be getting the agenda out to you guys very shortly. And so we wanted to obviously get your feedback and all that good stuff. Monica, Judy, is there anything you guys wanted to add before we kind of jump in?
No, I mean, we're just excited to be here and to listen to the community. This conference is for you guys, so we want to hear what type of sessions, what do you want us to talk about, who do you want us to bring on. Definitely your feedback is helpful as we're creating and finalizing all this.
Yes, 100%. Hi, Carla.
Good
Thank you for being
morning,
here.
Carla.
Good morning. Awesome. Hello, Scott. Guys, thank you so much for being here, you guys. We really appreciate it. So first things first, the to-do list, right? So if you haven't already registered for SOS, please do so. Right now, we're in the early bird session. It's a 2-day conference for $300. For those loyalty, we had it at $150. So thank you to all of those guys all of guys and gals who have already gone in and registered. We really appreciate it. Right now, so you guys know, we are in the process of bringing on sponsors. A lot of good talks are happening, so we're really excited. We'll be announcing those to you soon and as we go through the milestones. If you have already registered, hey, Marianne, if you've already registered, please also make sure that you go forward and lock in your hotel registration as well. We will be doing I'm thinking every 2 weeks we'll be uploading some videos kind of like this, either pre-recorded or live, where, me or somebody from the team will be going through the process for any questions you might have. But always make sure that if you do have questions, please reach out to our hello@saveoursites.com. Judy or Monica, if one of y'all can put it in the chat. This is where we have the opportunity to listen to y'all's feedback, whether it be something you just want to share, some ideas, people that you want to recommend to be on the agenda topics, or any particular questions that you might have in regards to registration or just anything in general. And please note, every month we have already been updating our website. So as we go and as things are being confirmed, we'll be having all those things uploaded to the website. But for now, there's already a lot of information. So if you haven't gone and reviewed it, please go and do so.
Yeah, I would like to add to the hotel that you mentioned that we have limited amount of rooms with a special price for the SOS conference. And the price is very, very, very good.
Yes. Well, thanks for that, Moni. All right, you guys. So the whole point of this session today, as we mentioned, this is a session topics, right? In regards to the agenda, we really, really want your feedback. So we're going to go over the ones that have been submitted to us, requested, and also based off of, our own individual communications through, our own businesses, our own involvement in the industry, and what we see around everybody's, talk on LinkedIn as well as other platforms. We definitely took some pointers here and there. And so we want to discuss those with you guys. All right. So first things first, as we know for sites, one of the most important things about being a site is presence, right? Presence in social media and just in general, learning how to make your own brand, right? Those things are really important. So we're thinking as far as social media marketing for sites being one of the topics, discovering, strategies to elevate your site online's presence and attract both patients and sponsors through effective social media campaigns. Dan, Monica, I know you guys talk about this, or you actually, yeah, even you too, Judy, you guys kind of go pretty heavy on this with your sites. Is there anything you wanted to add to that and why it's important?
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it's just important to understand the community you're in, right? Where your site's at, who do you have access to, what's around you, so you can target correctly, use the resources that you need, because there's a lot out there. So you could get the right patients and you get the referrals you need aside from the databases you have access to.
Yeah, for sure. And I think also one thing, at least in my area where I've grown up in the Rio Grande, I know that sites that I'm actually aware of, they tend to just hire random social media marketers. And it's really imperative that you also bring in somebody that understands research. And so more than likely we'll be sharing, our own contacts that we utilize, different types of, I guess you could say, marketing, I guess you programming and how you prepare for that month and all those kinds of things, sharing that with you guys as well. Because as we've talked about in the past and even now, what we do at SOS is not just having these topics, but we're also here we're also here to discuss methods we're using at our sites or in our industry, particular, etc. So there's actual takeaways, actionable items that you can use when you leave the conference. All right. So obviously that's one topic that we have there. Number two, we have scaling your site past $1 million. Dan, if you want to speak more to this one.
Yeah, I mean, very timely. Everyone, I think the hardest part is getting to $1 million for the site, honestly. And that's the point where you really need to have systems in place and trained your staff really well, because you can get to $1 million without having systems and just kind of everyone, like a few key people doing most of the work. But to get past that is really where you need the systems. And I think that's where a lot of like our demo, like the sites that come to Save Our Sites, are like either aspiring to reach that point or are there and are not sure how to get to the next level. And then there's other sites that are trying to expand right into like ancillary markets in their own neighborhoods, or maybe slightly outside their neighborhoods, or even other therapeutic indications, which means multiple staff in different locations simultaneously collaborating. And this is where things can go bad. But if you can get it right, this is where things go really well, and this is where you get a disproportionate return on your investments that you put in. So it's super important, and I've never seen it covered at any conference.
All right, great. So, definitely, and that's also, you did a small topic on that on your particular Guru Nation page, and I know that it got a lot of feedback. So again, one of the main reasons, when you see all of us post, a lot of the times it's also us kind of vibing the net and the industry and seeing what's actually getting most attention, because obviously that's where the industry is at right now. That's where people are interested and where they're needing to find more information. So we want to obviously provide that to you. And just a reminder here at the bottom, saveoursites.com is our website. Monica or Judy, if one of y'all can put the email for them to be able to reach out to us at, I think it's hello at
Sure.
saveoursites.com.
We have two.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. So we'll be posting that up very here shortly. And if you have any questions, anything you want to add to the comments in regards to the session topics, just let us know. And then we'll definitely be keeping that into consideration, because as we said, that we want to make sure that you guys are being heard as we do this preparation. So kind of falling under that sector, we have the site reputation management. This is understanding why your site's reputation is critical to success, especially for new site owners, and how to cultivate and maintain it. Dan, I don't know if you or Chris or Monica have something you want to add to that.
There's a lot. So yeah, having understanding the affinities of your staff, right? Understanding their proclivities and what they want to do. That's for the retention is figuring out what each staff member enjoys and figuring out a way to incorporate that into their day to day. And it takes some long term vision to pull that off. And it's very easy to be short sighted, and everyone does the same thing. We need to extract revenue. When you're relatively new or even growing still, which most of our attendees are growing, you don't have to be new to be growing. It's easy to forget or lose sight of the staff. And like, there's options in research. Once you have experience in research, everyone wants that person, and you're not that special for your staff to want to stay with you. Like, you gotta have to figure out how to incorporate work with play, and It's the magician card of the tarot, but we can spend an hour just on that. But
Nail salons, right, Dan?
nail salon's a big part of it. Shout out to Jenny. Jenny's famous as hell. We got to get Jenny at this conference.
I have to go to that nail salon.
It's like a
Visit
4
Yuma
month.
and then
It's like a
store.
4 month waiting list, apparently.
4 months. Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Wow.
Oh God. All right. So the next one is how to get more studies. Obviously, this is a huge one. I think even more so during this economy when sites are trying to, prepare or bolster themselves for, any particular situation or scenario. And also for those sites that are coming in that are new, right? That are preparing to launch their site. So you uncover proven methods to secure a consistent stream of studies, ensuring your site remains competitive and profitable. Right. So that's obviously one topic we'll probably keep moving forward just because I'm sure everybody can always get refreshes on that. There's always new ways and I guess strategies towards that we'll be probably updating as we go. Next is patient recruitment and retention. Obviously a huge one, even more so with the diversity action plan coming in, right? So master the art of attracting and keeping patients engaged in your studies, a vital component for any successful site. Let's see right here. We have a question here by Scott. Do you have any advice on starting a new site network in specific treatment areas? That's actually, I think, really good. Dan and Judy, you guys have kind of do that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely come to SOS to find out more. That's things. That's a good topic. Like as we mentioned, we're talking about these topics, so we're definitely gonna look at.
Thank you for mentioning
incorporating
that,
that into one of the topics. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and.
I think with
That's
the
a
right,
great topic.
I
Mhm.
think with the right MA, I mean, it's very similar to scaling your site past 1 million. If you want to do that, one of the easy ways besides geography is to expand therapeutically. So it's very much related to that topic we already have. The key is systems and a little bit of technical know-how, which usually comes from like relatively inexpensive sources like medical assistance.
Awesome. Thank you
Shout
so
out to
much,
Scott.
Scott. Thanks, Scott. All right, we have JA here. Can we talk about sponsors and CRO payments and how to improve terms of payments? Yeah, so I know we actually had a session kind of in that space last year that really, could have improvement. And so we definitely have readjusted our focus and how this is going to be presented. And this is obviously one of those topics. So thank you for bringing that up. Definitely an
That's all,
area.
Chris.
Yeah, there you
JA
go.
and Scott, I need you guys right now to book your rooms at the Omni Hotel.
Yeah,
Thank
well, in general, even also if you haven't already registered too, right? You want to take advantage of the deal. The whole point of SOS, you guys, we're here to make the conference affordable. So not just, getting great information, but making it doable for all people to be able to attend and come, right? So
yeah, but JA and Scott are hardcore fans for sure. Surely they already have their tickets. But
And just to
the
add
room,
to the comment for JA, we are working on that. Actually, I'm already talking to a CRO, someone specifically that deals with payments to get them to our conference, and hopefully many others from sponsors and CROs that specifically deal with that. So hopefully we'll have more information about that.
see, I told you, JA already read.
already
I
booked.
called it.
Awesome.
I already know, JA.
And we have Rod as well.
Rod.
Awesome.
Well, Rod,
Yes.
of course.
I
of
know,
course,
Rod. Had a lot of fun with you, Rod, this last time you were there. Thank you.
Rod was on that panel last time, no?
Yeah.
The contracts one.
Scott says he's going to register today. Awesome, Scott. We look forward to seeing you there. Just a little bit of background, since you guys were asking for this, is obviously very important. But I guess, Chris, you want to just give a quick sentence about how much experience you have in this space in regards to, terms of payments and all of that in the financial space?
Well, I'm thanking you for rephrasing. I was answering a text from a client, so 'cause I wasn't listening.
Tell
So
the client to book a room at the Omni, man. Get back on the phone.
they already said they're going, so
Ah.
we're good there. I told them all that. But anyhow, payment terms, generally speaking, you're looking at 1 month to a quarter. Every once in a while, I'll see a contract where a sponsor's trying to pull something. At least I think they're trying to pull something, and it'll be 6 months to a year, which is ridiculous. No site's going to agree to that. Though myself, and a client did miss one, and they did have it at a year, and the contract was signed that way. Thankfully, they were able to get it amended. But yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. Generally speaking, in terms of getting paid as a site, when you're new to a sponsor, you have to get into the rotation. That first payment oftentimes is much longer than what the contract states. I tell clients that are new to the industry to expect double whatever it says, right? If it says a month, at least you're looking at 2 and probably longer. If it says 3 months, it can be 6 months, but it's usually a little less than that. But
How long have you been doing this, Chris? Like total amount of years, would you say?
in research, 17 almost,
Well,
and
there you
then
go.
consulting specifically in these regards, what now, Dan? 12 years, 11 years, something like that, 11, 12 years.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. And it's specifically towards, sites, smaller sites and startup sites. And
Yep.
you guys were, this is Chris. He's going to be helping with that particular area, making sure that you get everything you need to know in those sessions.
All right, thank you for shutting me up.
No, Chris, I just
I'm done.
No, keep going. It's the truth. We want them to know, Chris.
Chris
We
and
want them-
Julie are the superstars with the financial part.
Yes, yes, for sure. We need them to know your background so that it's not just, we know Chris, so he's going to do it. Like we want them to know that they're going to be in good hands and be considered.
I'm very happy not talking.
No.
I push back a lot as a site owner, and Chris knows, so it's actually benefited and worked in my way. So I do have to say, overall, as a site, payment wise, I don't have these experiences I keep hearing about. And maybe just over the years, we've just been, working. I guess working on it to improve it. But maybe, who knows, but there is definitely a lot I can contribute as well based on my experience and conversations I've had with a lot of sponsors.
I think once you're in a sponsor system or CRO system, your payments, even the first one's pretty close to what the timelines are in the contract. It's when you're new to the system that for whatever reason it takes longer.
And then usually after that it's consistent, I think.
With the contract, with give or take a few weeks.
So we might want to add
Marianne, it's saying dive into payments, budgets, payment terms, reconciliations, tracking and amendments request, CTMS, financial management, payment delays, holdbacks, and getting technology covered.
Yikes.
Say
that 5 times fast.
And
that's a whole day.
We gotta break
Marianne, you got a couple of years for this conference? Like we can
actually, you guys aren't aware of this, but Marianne actually reached out to me on the side and she said that she'd love to be involved now or in the future somehow. Obviously we'll be talking about that, but just so you guys are aware, so thank you, Marianne, for that. But
I'm gonna add her to our list.
Thank you.
Yeah, to the list. Yes, add it to the list. But also, you guys, just so you're aware, because we had such a big feedback on, the business development side for the first conference, we're going to be doing for the 2 days. One of the days is full business development. So those are I think that in itself is going to justify the cost completely, just because it's completely business development on one full day, which is great. We all know that when we go to conferences, you want to learn so much and you're just jumping from subject to subject and moving through it really quickly. And here we can completely deep dive into the areas that are actually the most beneficial for the business, that then turns around and is able to give to you so you can give back to the patients. Go ahead, Moni, sorry.
Yesterday, I saw a post of somebody that says we finally got a unicorn sponsor that is paying amazingly. And they mentioned that the sponsor was paying on time, and not just that, but sending them an email telling them that they got the payment, and then they got access to a platform where it was the full description of all the payments in detail with the visit, what they pay and everything. And I mean, that would be amazing because it's much easier to know what is missing when you have that detail, right?
All
unicorn.
right.
I had one unicorn.
Well, we had a response from Sandra. Oh, so sorry, Moni, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
Okay. Without a doubt, the pandemic experience has exposed a number of shortcomings, which are all still lingering, has left some sponsors reimagining what strong site relationship strategies in the future may or rather should entail.
Yeah,
do you think we should focus on
this
this
thing, look, yes, of course. The question is how, because of course you ask everyone this, they're going to say, yeah. So what does that actually mean? And it means a number of things. Some of them, which are topics we're already covering, we're actually working on trying to get a few sponsors to be there. I wish I could name them. I can't,
Yes.
but I was on a webinar with them recently, and they're very interested in what sites have to say, and they are kind of wanting to take communication control back from traditionally the CROs. So, I mean, it's
Great.
exciting stuff. Nairobi.
Yeah.
Nairobi.
Wow.
Hi, Alicia. Alicia, I
Awesome.
don't know how to pronounce it properly.
All right. Okay, you guys, let's keep moving. So next is collaborating with local clinicians, building, and this kind of goes to the network, I guess you could say, building meaningful partnerships with local healthcare providers to enhance study enrollment and site operations. That can look like, negotiating contracts, recruiting principal investigators, etc. And then learning approaches to find and securing qualified PIs who can lead your studies with expertise. I think this is really great. I think this one's gonna be a huge one, especially because at least in my experience, I don't think I've ever came across a topic like this specifically in conferences. Judy or Monica, because you guys go more often, have y'all?
Maybe like components of it here and there, but not necessarily 100% this topic. No.
Okay, awesome. Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Judy,
Well,
I got someone that wants to meet you at the other conference, so I'm going to introduce you guys.
Okay. Yes, I will be at SCRS in case anybody was wondering, and I would love to meet all of you there. So if anybody's here attending, definitely reach out. I'd love to say hi to you.
Yes, but you got to meet this guy in particular.
Okay.
going back to what we did in the first conference, we had the offers and needs wall. So I remember, and we'll be doing a video of it shortly. It was a very beginner stage. So when you see the video, it's going to look very, again, beginner stage, but this time around, it's going to be different. We're going to definitely add some, how do they say, zhuzh to it. But we had an offers and needs wall where people were offering their services and being specifying it and also listing out their needs. And people were actually stopping by this area and taking notes and communicating, networking. It was a huge success. So we're also going to be, elevating that as well. And just so you guys have some understanding about the background, actually, Monica, Judy, since you guys see this metric more often for people to know, what were the metrics of the attendees of the sites that were actual site and then sponsor and CROs? I think y'all have that information.
Yeah, so we have 250 plus sites attending and 100 plus sponsor CRO
Personnel.
vendors
Yes.
attendees. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is, really useful and helpful because like other sites, right? You're there, other conferences, you're there to watch the sessions, network and all of that, but it's very vast and huge. SOS, we like it that we're intimate, right? Because you have a much closer range to these individuals, especially us, the co-founders. You will actually see us like running through the crowds this year, and more particular, we're going to be doing a lot more networking with you guys. The whole point is focused around networking to get us out of those little grouped or click groups and all of that, and making sure that everybody gets connected and it's getting what it is that they need help with. So if you're one of those individuals that is looking for local clinicians or somebody in a specific area within your region that is a particular therapeutic area, I mean, this is obviously going to be a great opportunity because they'll more than likely be attending that session, and it's going to be even more smaller of a group than the whole group itself. So I think it's really great. Hi,
Victoria
Stefan.
Alvarez, just real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
Victoria Alvarez, book the room, please. Get the tickets. I know you already have the tickets, but book the room. That part, I'm not so sure. It's fuzzy.
Awesome. We have people from Florida. Thanks, Victoria. And then we also have Stefan from Texas. Ooh, what part
Stephen,
are you from? I'm
get
from
your ticket.
Austin.
Get your tickets.
Yes. All right. So the next one's budgets. We kind of already talked in this space, but again, more specifically, gaining insider tips on successfully negotiating contracts and budgets that work for both your site and your sponsors.
Chris, you'll be called on in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Chris, in 5 seconds, what would you say?
All I heard was budgeting contracts, and Dan, you're going to be called on in 5 seconds.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need. That's all you need.
All right, great.
Honestly, guys, that's the toughest panel to pull off because of confidentiality issues, because of everything's so variable.
That's the biggest part, though, the variables. Sorry, Dan.
Exactly. But that's why what made it like the I wouldn't say like disappointing last year, but the most feedback we got on like, I wish that was different. And I
Mhm.
mean, we'll take full responsibility for that. That's a
Mhm.
tough one to try to pull off, and we'll
Yeah,
try
it
to
is.
do much better this time around.
I think
Yeah.
there's so much content in it that trying to get through any of that in a 45-minute, 1 hour session is kind of impossible. So, like, what do you tackle, right? What do you focus on, kind of
But
thing?
Maybe we do two panels about it in
Yeah.
Well,
different
yeah.
so
aspects
you
of
would
it.
agree with this, right? Everyone here that does their own budgets, Judy and Monica.
Yes, it's
It
very time
real
consuming.
well, no. I
Judy,
mean,
why are you doing your own budgets?
in terms of variables, it really depends on the sponsor you're working with, right? That's
Yeah.
a huge part of this. And then there's other variables. What kind of study is it, right?
Yeah.
That's a variable. So there's really no just set here in cement, this is how it works, because it
Mhm.
doesn't. It's all the sponsors do it differently.
Yeah, I think my issue, and I used to do the contracts and budgets, actually don't because I don't have time. But the thing that I love, I have like a love-hate relationship with contracts and budgets because I love numbers. But I think the process, the going back and forth, have to like justify
Yep.
everything, and it's like I just gave you all this information, you're asking for more, and then that back and forth process is what's frustrating for me. That I was just like, that's it. I don't have time anymore for this.
Yeah.
And I think other variation is also where the site is located, because that
True.
also makes a difference on
Certainly.
the fees, yeah, and the
Less so.
cost.
I don't know, because I mean, we're in a like very underserved community, and probably because Chris does them, our
Yeah.
budgets are amongst the best.
They're good,
That's
but then you
So-
have to justify more. Like, for example, for example, advertising outreach, like
Yeah.
recruitment, right? There's
Yeah.
something specific to your community, specific to mine, and it's like I'm pulling teeth to try to get, but yet they're
Judy,
going to spend six figures on
ain't
a central
nobody-
recruitment.
Ain't nobody
right?
paying for Daniel's video. We just did our first hour-long Spanish-only podcast with a
Oh,
Mariscos place.
awesome. All right, we have a response from Scott. I have managed sites from the sponsor side and worked for a year as a site director. How best can I engage with SOS before conference? I'm about to post the email up one more time up here.
So Scott
Sorry.
volunteering to be part of
the
maybe one of
panel.
our panels. I'm adding you
Yeah.
to our list.
Scott, you're ready to negotiate live with Chris in
Yeah,
real time.
There you go.
For those that are watching or for those that'll be watching later, if you do feel that some of the topics we're covering is your specialty,
Mhm.
feel free to reach out to us right there with that email below, hello@saveoursites.com. Let us know, give us a small little bio about you, how many years of experience you have and your expertise and what you'd be interested in covering based off of one of the topics that we mentioned today. We do have a lot of people that have already submitted interest that are going that would also like to be considered. So we're sorting through that and everything, but obviously the first is going to be finalizing the agenda with you guys. But yeah, please let us
Scott,
know.
you're on our list.
Yes, you're on our list. All right. Yes, some sponsors make it very detailed and difficult for the budget. Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
For sure. Awesome. Thanks, Scott.
Cool.
All right.
Shout out to
so-
Rod Rafael.
Yes, Rod. All right. So next is employee retention. Discover strategies to keep your best employees engaged and committed to your site's mission. I think that's super important. I actually
Mhm.
don't think that one gets as much attention
Right.
as it should. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel, having worked at a site when I was, a few years back, there was so much turnover at that site because the doctor wasn't really engaged and the PI wasn't really engaged. And his wife was the site manager who then hired their niece because she needed a job and she didn't know research. And then she was just kind of like all over the place. So people were turning over. And yeah, it was just crazy. And there would have been so much more success to that site and the focus on the research end if there would have been a lot more I could say direction on and making sure that everybody was happy. So I really liked what you did last year, Dan. You brought your site staff in to talk about their experience, and I think Judy, you brought your
Judy
site
did
staff as
too,
well.
yeah.
All my staff are volunteering,
Oh.
but yeah, I think it's important. I mean, as you continue to grow, you got to add more staff. And how do you keep them happy? You want them to work with patients and studies, but you also have to give back somehow, or make it a good work environment. And so that's sometimes a hard balance.
Yeah. I think sometimes people forget that the most important asset of the company are the employees.
Mhm.
So
like just a quick one. one of the practices we work with, not one of my employees, I ran into her at Sam's Club. She doesn't work there anymore. And I asked her, we talked about why she left. Again, it was the private practice, not my site. And she said, it's so hard to stay there when all your coworkers are like miserable. And that like
Wow.
resonated with me. Like, you
That's not
gotta
good.
have like incorporate like fun into the work.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes day to day going and your coworkers are like all miserable. It's contagious.
Yeah, it is. And not only that, like you got to think of, we're all human, right? We have personal things going on. We do need to go to work, but sometimes there's things going on behind the scenes. And so you want to check in with them. You want to see how they're doing. How are they getting along with each other? That's also another thing. As you add more staff, sometimes that can be a little challenging. But yeah, and see what you can do to help them. Because in the end, you want to make sure they're all okay.
Agree.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you guys for that feedback. So
Kelvin, whoa.
yeah, recognition and reward program
Kelvin,
demonstrate
I
appreciation.
know you got your room already. Just confirmed.
All right, the next one, you guys, feasibility questionnaire and site perspective. We actually got a lot of requests for this one, and I actually think a few people brought that up last year as well. So that's definitely one we're gonna highlight this year. I think it's really important. I have a few people in mind for that one, so that's great.
Ooh, Sabrina.
Site support, CIS 2. Awesome.
She's got a interesting model for sites to utilize for support.
Definitely
It's like a
something.
fractionalization of workforce. So it's actually pretty cool. Sabrina,
Oh.
I know you got your room already. Show the receipt. Show proof.
Oh my God. Okay, the next one, meet with legal and or FDA experts. We're more likely going to call this avoiding
Ooh.
the 483s, which is very, very important. You heard it
We got
from
Baba
Darshan.
Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga Darshan. He mentioned that out of all the conferences, he's only going to be going to SOS. So
You guys bring your
yeah.
Pampers because it's going to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, I've been
That
hearing
one.
some of his topics are pretty insane. Yeah.
We'll have Pampers in the back from Sam's Club. Shout out to Darshan.
Awesome. Kelvin, trying to coordinate with some peeps to 10 SOS will be Airbnb. Smart,
No,
very nice.
no Airbnb. Hold on, Kelvin. No. Why? Why are we doing this?
They want a house party, I guess.
Maybe they
Do
have
a
a
house
large
party in
group
the
that they're
hotel.
going with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring the
Maybe
large
they have a
group.
lot of people going.
You guys
Yeah.
realize we're in the whole, like a lot of rooms, right? Come on, Kelvin. Help us out, man.
There's going to actually be quite a huge. We're going to be announcing it soon enough, but the partying events that we're going to have are going to be really great. I'm excited.
Plus, the
But yeah,
rooms are reasonable, and actually, sometimes it might be cheaper than an Airbnb.
Yeah, this time the hotel
Yeah.
it will be much cheaper than Airbnb. So
Probably.
I'm
and the
gonna rent
hotel
a
is
bunch of.
and the
If we
hotel
don't
is
sell the
brand
rooms,
new.
I'm gonna rent a bunch of the rooms in Airbnb, the hotel rooms.
The hotel is brand new and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes,
So
please come.
all
Airbnb
right.
is our
Oh,
FDA
okay.
coming again.
See, Marianne.
See, look at all these
That's room
Airbnbs are
and flight.
concerning, guys. I'm about to leave.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Miriam's
leave
already.
right now.
Marianne
yes,
has
I
all
know
three.
Marianne did everything.
Look at
Yeah.
Rod's
Thank
comment.
you.
What
Thank you,
hotels?
Marianne.
Hold on, Denise. We gotta send this short to Denise.
Okay.
Listen, Denise. What hotels? We got
It's
all the
Omni
Omni.
Hotel. It's
The Omni
Omni Hotel, the
Oh
same
my
hotel where
gosh.
the conference is happening.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
and
It's
the
on
reason
the
why we did
website.
it, the reason
I'm
why
done. I'm going to work.
the reason why we did the hotels actually because was because we had a lot of requests actually stating that they preferred the idea of being able to go to the room for a quick break
Mhm.
and come back. So that was one of the feedbacks we heard from you
You guys
guys.
ask for a hotel, and then we get one, and you get Airbnbs.
Let's see. Will they be better than the DIA parties?
Yes.
Asking our friends.
Probably.
I mean,
Probably. I
For
haven't been to one, but
sure.
I'm gonna say yes.
Well,
I think one of them for
last year
sure.
the parties were amazing. So
Yeah, I think one
We'll
of them
leave
for
that.
sure
they're
will
gonna be
be.
better.
We'll leave that one
They're gonna be
alone.
better than because we're gonna be there. It's gonna be us hosting.
We'll leave that one alone. What happens in
yes,
Tucson stays in Tucson.
exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was very interesting.
Oh, thank you,
OmniHotels.com
Marianne. Thank you, Marianne.
It's very simple to get to. /event/Oklahoma-City.
All right.
Listen, guys, very simple.
All right, moving forward, since we're kind of getting close to time, I want to be mindful of everybody. So the next one, after the meet with legal and FDA experts, that was a huge one. A lot of feedback, a lot of comments. It was great. The next one is now and in the future AI. This is a huge topic that's going around. I'm actually really excited about this one. I love everything. So the SOP specific or generalized, this kind of would run under this particular topic. Explore the importance of well-defined SOPs and how to implement them to ensure smooth site operations. So that kind of can go into the space of utilizing AI to benefit you, and also its own topic in itself. So yeah, anyway, going to SOCRA in a week.
No
I
comment.
will not. I will not. I don't know, Monica,
SOCRA or
Judy.
SCRS? I'll be at
Yeah.
SCRS next
What
week. I
do
don't know if that's what
what
it
do
is.
the athletes say after the game? We played really hard. We fought really well. Next question.
The Tulsa.
Tulsa after dark. Wow, that's another city. If you drink too much, you end up in Tulsa.
Awesome. All right. Next one, technology and site efficiency. Embrace cutting edge tools and technologies that streamline operations and enhance site efficiency. Bringing this up, I really want to ask y'all's opinion, so please give us your feedback. Would you be open, or would you like to actually see tech vendors or particular tech vendors that we've obviously vetted and feel that their technology is worth the benefit for the site? Would you like to have them display some of their technology, or is this something that you're personally not too into and it bores you out? I mean, we want to make sure that everything we showcase at the conference is of consideration to what you guys like to see. Please give your
Yeah, I
feedback.
think last year worked well. Everyone had their booth, and the
Mhm.
I
stage
do.
wasn't really for showing the. It's more
Yeah.
about concepts and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can provide feedback on like other groups or messages I've seen in the community in general. And it does seem like it's a question of people that want to know like which systems are working best for everybody if you're using something. And there's so many different vendors, right? And so different sites and site setups. So I know that's a question out there that's being asked a lot.
Yeah, and then there are different platforms or different vendors that serve for different reasons too.
Right.
Mhm.
So it depends on what serves your needs.
Yeah.
100%. All right. So good to know, because obviously if we do have any queries on that end, we'll know what the
Well,
response will be.
sites are the lucky ones, in my opinion, with tech, because every year they get cheaper and better, and sites get more spoiled. Pretty soon they'll all be free, and yeah, I mean it's awesome.
Do they get cheaper or do they increase costs?
No, they get cheaper. They're supposed to get cheaper, or because new entrants come in and it's free. Like there's a lot of free stuff now.
Which goes into the next one, which is technology and site efficiency, right? We talked about the embracing the tools. Actually, I mentioned that. Apologies, you guys. We have so many here.
Yeah.
All right. Last of the list is insights from monitors. Hear directly from clinical trial monitors about building a strong reputation and what they look for in top tier performing sites, and what they like from sites or focus from the FDA audits, right? Because that's usually one of the most common questions we get in regards to how do we prepare? What's the best way to make things run more smoothly?
Judy, you want to invite our monitor, our respective monitor?
I
With a
mean,
I
W.
have
we'll go.
I have two
you have one?
monitors already.
Yeah.
Very interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
And both have experience with FDA. They both are highly experienced with FDA audits. One of them has been in the industry 20 years, the other one 25.
Oh, that's good.
So
I mean,
yeah, they are
any
both
monitors
experts.
we're willing to take because I think they have the inside perspective, right? They work with all these sites, all of our sites. So, what information can we share with the community that would be helpful for everybody else?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so those are the lists that's here for the list, you guys. I again put up our website here at www or https dot slash slash saveoursites.com. And then here's our email. Again, if you need some time to think about it, or also, if you come up with a topic that you definitely would feel would be great for us to have, please make sure you email us, preferably by the end of this month, because we will be pushing out the agenda to you guys very shortly. So at hello at saveoursites.com. And yeah, we'll be posting up more information about, all the events moving forward. We'll also be posting information up about the app, because we have an app as well. We have a lot of things, especially in regards to the events, that are new. And I've been in the industry 7 years, I think 5 or 7 years. And some of the things we're doing, I have not seen in the industry. And I'm really excited about us announcing that. And mind you, some of the things that we'll be doing for you guys aren't actually done in any of the conferences, and we know that for a fact. Some of the most simplistic things, but it's again, always considering you guys and making sure that everything that you go through in the process of traveling to the hotel and to the events and back and forth, all those kinds of things, we're taking every little particular thing into consideration to make it smooth and easy, because we want you to have a really, really good time.
We're just site owners, guys. No private equity. We gotta make a meme about the hotel, actually.
Yeah.
Because we need more. It's bothering me. We might have to do an inpatient study that weekend to pay for the rooms. And I'll be down. You may not see me because I'm drawing blood in the hotel rooms.
Dan giving real life examples.
We got to figure out, guys. We got to figure out. And Rod meant Tucson. No, Rod, I know you were there. If you were there, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's great. Awesome. Hopefully this will be better, just better in the best way.
Omni Hotel, guys.
Inpatient. Yeah. Omni Hotel. Awesome. You
We'll
guys
do the inpatient study. If there's rooms there, we'll do it.
Well, we'll certainly won't have a shortage of personnel or
yeah, we're gonna enroll all of y'all.
Awesome. Well, thanks you guys so much. Please keep in mind for our next pod next month. We haven't officially, I think, decided yet. I think it's October the 18th. As far as the topic is concerned, more than likely at that point, we'll probably be discussing, the app and all sorts of other things that you guys need to be aware of as we're going through. At that point, we'll have a few things confirmed, so we'll be able to share more. But just keep in mind, stay posted on our posts, like, share, comment, so that we could spread the word, and look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you so much, you all. Have a great one.